Hey there, folks. Chief Meteorologist Austin Bowling here. Wanted to hop in with the latest tornado warning that popped up here over into the Tillman and Jackson County area. This does not include the city of Altus. It is just on the south edge of, at least the warning includes the southern edge of the runway of the Altus Air Force Base, but you're looking at just to the east of Olustee, coming up on Highway 283. This is going to be north of Elmer. The only community I see past Olustee here is Ozark and near Hedrick, Humphreys as well. You can see mixed in there. So you can see some of the roads here. Obviously, the main north-south road through this stretch. Again, this is over in Jackson County. You're not getting anything in Comanche County just yet with this. Again, this is we count off of the streets here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 miles south of Altus. 5 to 6 miles south of Altus is where we are seeing that area of circulation here. And we'll hop over to the velocity, and you can see there is that area of circulation that we're talking about right here. Again, the radar that we're pulling for is from Frederick. So it's going to be in the lower right-hand portion of your screen here. So you're looking right along Highway 283. There is your circulation right in here. So that would be where we're looking for possible development of a tornado. I've not heard anything as far as a confirmed tornado with this, but it is a tornado warning, and we'll get the warning details, excuse me, for this. So this is for central Jackson and northwestern Tillman County until 9:30. So we have another 45 minutes left to go on this warning. It is moving very slowly east at 20 miles per hour. Golf ball size hail is also possible with this storm. So let's get into the debris detection here, see if there's anything. I didn't notice anything before, but we'll just hop in here and check. And it is kind of a muddled mess here right now. Not seeing anything dropping out. This would show you differing sizes or differing shapes, I should say, of the items in the sky. So when you see more of the blacks and grays correlating with the circulation, you are having jagged pieces, uneven pieces. Where you see more of the pinks, that's more round shapes. So everything is round in there. So we're not really seeing anything as far as a confirmed tornado in there with that just yet. Again, if you're just hopping in here, make sure you hop in here and ask questions. So we want to make sure everybody is up to speed with what's going on here. Tatum Wooldridge, what do you think changed for this to pop up later than what most was expecting? So Donnie, but so this is what we call the low-level jet. So this usually starts getting cranked up just after sunset. So this is going to be the winds just above our heads, and an ingredient that tornadoes need, not only shear or instability, lift, and moisture. You need shear. So that's either turning of the winds as you go with height or getting stronger with the winds as you go with height. So that creates kind of this barrel or rolling pin action. And then as the storm sucks that up, you pin that on the edge, and that becomes more of your tornado circulation right there. So with the winds strengthening above our heads, that creates that additional shear that's needed for those tornadoes, Donnie. So hopefully that kind of answered your question there. That's why we usually see evening time and just into the overnight, where we actually see those parameters for severe weather actually go up for the area. So again, just try to see the latest data on here. It looks like there's another severe thunderstorm warning coming out for parts of Jackson, Harmon County, and into Greer County as well. So it's just a broad area of circulation. Again, you're seeing all of this is wind that's coming towards, all of this is wind heading back. So in here, you're still seeing areas of circulation in here with that storm. So nothing is confirmed with this, although I have not headed over to X recently to see if there's anything going on with this storm just yet. So if I type in, well, it's already there. So let's see what we've got. Anybody is showing anything just yet I'm sure there's several chasers out there, but we've not seen any confirmation that there's anything out of here. There was a report right around 6:50, so that was earlier, of egg size hail that came down just between right around Blair. So that's the only confirmation of something that I'm seeing. Some pretty impressive shots of the actual supercell itself, but haven't seen anything as far as the actual tornadic circulation here. I'm not even getting pictures of the wall cloud or the lowered area from this just yet. So I'm continuing to keep my eyes on that to see if there's anything else that's hopping out of there. But as of the moment, we are not seeing that circulation really pinpointing into a tornado at this moment. So we'll hop off of this again. And let me go back to the regular radar here, since we are still keeping our eyes on that, give you another wider picture at everything going on here. There's another strong storm, strong cluster of storms right there, leaving the Blair and northern parts of Altus area. That's heading more towards Tom Steed Lake. Up in this direction here, so that's gonna be a stronger storm that has golf balls. Jan is saying that we've got baseball size hail in the Mangum area. So are you in Mangum? Are you able to get a picture? Are you getting that from somebody? Or are you seeing that somewhere, Jan? Again, do so safely if you're able to get a picture of that. But if you're able to pass that along, I want to get that forwarded along to the Weather Service if they see that. So again, baseball size hail came down in the Mangum area. And was that with the previous storm, or was that just now? So if you can give me some of those details, that would definitely help me with what's going on across the area. Let's clear this off again. I think there's probably an update to this storm here. Uh, still, still capable. I haven't put a track on here. So this is east at 25. Let's put a track on here and let's just see where this is going. Make sure this is just the cellular mode. It's going to put it east at 25, about in this direction here. So that's going to put it in Humphreys. It's going to be closer to 901. I know that's kind of hard for you to see. Hedrick at 917, Lidge at 930, and Snyder coming up at 942. So you push that further, we're looking probably closer to the 1030 time frame that gets over towards Indiahoma. So want to watch out for that as that works its way through. Again, it's very slowly working its way through. Flash flood warning also in effect for Jackson County. 1 to 2 inches already came down in the hour. Still more heavy rainfall throughout there as well. Can still see those storms are starting to work their way into northwestern Comanche County now too. So there's going to be some hail in there. Up in the refuge, that's going to be heading up towards just to the west of Apache. So heads up Anadarko, Fort Cobb with that. Carnegie, Cooperton heading in your direction. Godibo, the earlier storm that had the baseball size hail coming through Granite, now going through Hobart and Sentinel as well. And then there's another storm that's coming up here through southern Jackson County that we'll have to watch. That is kind of in that unobstructed air that may be dealing with some increased threat at rotating. So that is in the free air, as we call it. So we'll be watching for that one. Heads up to Alusty and Altus as that one continues to take shape coming out of northern Wilbarger County across the Red River from Texas. As far as any other storms in the area, there's one storm down south there towards the Graham, Texas area. That one has not really done much. It is this complex of storms right here that is the main game in town right now. So again, if you're joining us from Lawton, you've probably heard some thunder. I know I heard some thunder here not long ago, a couple of lightning strikes not far away in the refuge. Some heavy rain coming down into Medicine Park, now over Fort Sill. We're seeing some heavier rainfall there right now. Javier is asking for, is there anything coming towards Elgin? So right now, Javier, as far as the bulk of this storm, we look at the breadth of this main area here. This area is heading more towards Apache, Fort Cobb, Anadarko with the hail piece. There may be this little chunk of rain here over Fort Sill that does come up into Elgin within the next uh, 10, 15 minutes. So that's not the main story here. We'd be watching for this. So again, this is still a long way to go. If it's going at 25 miles per hour, we have a long way to go with this one. Uh, so we'll put the point here, and then we'll kind of drag this out. So Elgin, so it's 57 miles as the crow flies there, Javier. So on its current path, it is heading in that general direction towards the Indiahoma, Cache, Medicine Park, Fort Sill direction. So again, everybody in Comanche County, save for maybe Chattanooga, Faxon, Geronimo, needs to have their eyes on this storm. So we'll be watching for that. That would be coming here roughly within 2 hours. So about an hour and a half for Indiahoma and Cache, and probably closer to 2 hours over towards Lawton and the Elgin area. As far as Bethany goes with that, let me clear this off of here real quick, and let's see what we've got going on up around Bethany. So we're up around the city. It's been a little while since I've gone and looked for Bethany, to be honest with you. So all this is going to be at least 3 or 4 hours down the line, heading up towards Oklahoma City. So we've got a long way to go with that. Rick is saying with rotation. Yeah, we've been seeing some rotation with that, Rick. I'll dive back in here again. It's been a little bit since I've hopped in here with it. We're still seeing, again, you're getting close to the radar here. There is your circulation area right in here, right there, just to the southwest of Hedrick. See if there's any more information that's coming out on this. Still golf ball size and a possible tornado here. Not seeing anything confirmed with this, but again, there is that rotation area right in here. So there is your circulation. It's not extremely tight, but it is definitely the best feature we've seen all evening here, working its way through the area. Let's back to the reflectivity again. Stella Maxwell saying we have some hail coming down in Pecan Valley. Didn't look like it was that big. I would assume it was about pea size, Stella. If you could just let me know about that. Kyle Carr saying it's just rain at Latonka for now. So that's about what we're seeing. Anything as far as the hail and the lightning goes is up here in the refuge. It's going to be coming very close, maybe the northern part of Lake Latonka, up near Mears, Ellsworth. We're going to start seeing some of that hail coming through as well. Billy Dorman Coast, did you say coming around Geronimo, Pumpkin Center, Central? On this current track, and I'm going to kind of draw this out. I'll put this right in here. This current rough track here. So it would be heading more in the direction of Indiahoma, Cache, Lawton, Fort Sill, Central High. It may be off towards the north. I think this avoids Geronimo. Pumpkin Center is going to be close. Central High is going to be close. But again, that's on its current path. Central High is going to be, we're about 70 miles away. So we're still about 2 hours plus from that being there if it continues on its current track. So Billy, that's about 2 hours plus down the line. So we'll be watching for that and seeing what happens. But I think GMO is safe with that. So yeah, Stella saying that was just pea-size hail. So thank you, Stella, for passing that along. And then again, it was Jan that was saying it was her parents that lived there. So if they have any pictures, I'd love to see those. Just put those on the Meteorologist Austin Bowling Facebook page. Just trying to make sure that we get these reports passed along and that everybody out ahead of these storms has an idea of what is coming their way. So let's put this back into motion again. And you can see still not much happening in the Lawton area other than some spotty showers up around Rogers Lane, Fort Sill, Going to start seeing some showers here in the next 10 minutes, heading up into the Elgin area, but we still see that area of circulation is going to be coming just south of Hedrick here. So I'll get down here a little bit closer so we can see each of these blocks. So that's what makes it a little bit easier about tracking these storms. You can see if you count these. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 to 4 miles south of Highway 62. So this is between 62 and Humphreys, and it's working its way straight towards the east. Put this back in motion again. So all clear to Altus now, all clear to Duke, all clear to Olustee, Elmer, all clear to Blair. So we're not dealing with any of those circulations coming through central, northern, or western Jackson County. But we do have this other cell that's coming in here. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what this does to this circulation. Does it enhance it? Does it choke it off? So that's what we're watching for at this moment. So I'm going to back out here. We've got somebody, and Nita is asking, is the bad part going to go north of Cache or come straight through? So that's what we're going to be watching for here. So the storm has been coming along a line. Let me see if I can find it. So it was right around in here, and it was going right about on this track here. If I stop it. So it's following roughly that line there. It's going to be close, Nita. We definitely want to be on guard here. As these storms strengthen, they do tend to bend more off towards the straight east. As they weaken, they turn to the left and they start going more northeast. So based on the behavior of this storm, if it continues to strengthen, it will stay pretty much close to Highway 62. So we need the folks in Snyder, in Indiahoma, in Cache to be watching this storm very closely. Again, I'm still not seeing any confirmation of this being an active tornado on the ground. We have not seen that. I know there's plenty of storm chasers that are out there. I'm not seeing that at the moment. Let's go back to the velocity data here. Again, let's see what we've got in here. We've got a couple little areas. Let's see. So we've got some areas in here, just making sure what are they lining up with? So there's an area north here of Hedrick, and there's another area south of Hedrick. And let's just see what that matches up with. So yeah, so we're looking at this one area. There's your one circulation right here. There's another area of circulation right here, just about on the Kiowa and Jackson County line. So we're going to be watching out for that. So these two areas of circulation heading out in this direction. So now Mountain Park, Tom Steed Lake, Snyder for sure needs to be on guard for this. This may be another tornado warning that comes out here for southern Kiowa County. Again, that storm is now starting to kind of corrupt that area of circulation. So that may scrub this out for a minute, or it may decide to reorganize itself. So right now, it is a little bit more, let me take that off here. So it appears to be a little bit more, this area just to the north of Tipton is where we're seeing that area of circulation here. So just a few miles north of Tipton would be our area of circulation. There's the other one right here. Anticyclonic, I should say. I should be deleting that off of there. That would be an anticyclonic right there. So that'd be going clockwise, I should say, right in that area right there towards the Hedrick area. So we'll be watching both of those very closely. There's a little bit of lightning upticking around there. A little bit more. Looks like that circulation's getting choked off back there, back behind the front edge of the storm. So yeah, it's getting kind of muddled here at the moment. So they're just trimming back the tornado warning at the moment. So again, I keep following on X and seeing if there's anything that's going on. Let's see. Rick was saying I was in Lawton today. Flood damage, heavy in some areas, flash floods with these rounds of showers. Again, if they come down heavily enough, yeah, we're going to be seeing some pretty quick rainfall totals here. Look at the rainfall totals that we picked up here over in Jackson County so far. Let's see our precip totals. And you can see all that heavy rainfall that came down in Jackson County and Altus. Uh, on the north side of Altus, up near the airport, that's radar indicated 2.5 inches of rain. Correct. So that came down hard and fast with those storms. Downtown Altus itself, the Air Force Base, around 1.5 inches. But a lot of heavy rainfall came down in a short amount of time, prompting that flash flood warning for the Jackson County area. So let's loop this back again. Many of you joining us in here trying to see what the latest is going on with this storm. We've had this other storm coming up out of Wilbarger County that has kind of interrupted, or at least trying to interrupt, the circulation with this storm. So it is still there. We're trying to see other areas of circulation trying to take over for this, but we're going to see how this storm rebounds back from this storm coming up into the inflow area. So these storms behave like engines. They need constant flow of what we could just generically call jet fuel, just warm, moist air coming straight into that inflow area right there, that notch. So that storm is coming in there and trying to disrupt it with some more cold rain, cold air, cold cooled air coming through that area. But right now, it's coming right over Hedrick, and it may just being trying to pin on here and see if it continues with that circulation. So it seems like that circulation area is going to be a little bit more out in front of this. Still seeing something back out here, that anticyclonic. So this is towards and away back out here. Let's see what's going on back there to the west of the Hedrick area. So there's right out here. We'll be watching that, but not seeing anything that is significant with that. Just keep hearing the noise for the updates here. So still looking at the possibility of golf ball size hail with this too. I haven't looked lately at seeing where that may be located. And there it is right there. That's either like it was just a couple of days ago for the Lawton area, a lot of quarter size hail, or this may be that golf ball size hail coming through Friendship. That's going to be coming up on Tom Steed Lake as well. So that's going to be, again, southern Kiowa County between Mountain Park and Tom Steed Lake and Roosevelt. Wants to watch out for the large hail with this one too. So pretty big hail coming through there at the moment. It really took off out of downtown Altus and really built up into this hail core that's working its way into far eastern Jackson County at the moment. So back here to the reflectivity. Again, we still have this little notch that's right in here. That's still right there. Let's see if it's given an update on what that circulation may look like now. It's kind of stringing itself out. It's definitely not as wrapped up as it was. So that storm has kind of taken away some of that circulation for the moment. But it is definitely still one to watch. So the history is there, but how quickly does this storm recover itself as it gets into northern Tillman County, southern Kiowa County, or even western Comanche County? So again, the environment is still primed. If you were joining us earlier on, folks were asking why would we see the storms increasing with their tornado threat as we go through the evening rather than going down. I thought sunshine, all that stuff was trying to get things more percolating, but it's the winds above our head that tend to increase as we go through the overnight hours. So you get that turning motion in the air, kind of acts like a rolling pin. And as the storm sucks that up, tilts it on its end, and then you have more of that top rather than the rolling pin action. So that's what we're watching for here at the moment as the low level jet gets cranked up above our heads at the moment. So there is that little inflow notch right in here, still right around the Hedrick area. You get the wraparound right in here. So you're still seeing that right on the Tillman and Jackson County line. Uh, they've just trimmed back the tornado warning. I guess they may continue it just based on the history of it, but not seeing anything at the moment to suggest that they're going to continue with that. The severe thunderstorm warning continues. Obviously, the focus area at the moment with the hail is going to be heading towards Mountain Park, Tom Steed Lake. Should stay close to Cooperton. We'll be watching out for that. Put this back in motion, and you kind of see that hail core heading more in this direction here. So it is heading a little bit flatter. So between Mountain Park and Tom Steed, looks like the hail core stays north of Snyder. The circulation will be coming closer to Snyder. So that hail core is going to be heading into the refuge, and that on its current path would be heading more towards northern side of Lake Latonka up towards Ellsworth. If that holds together, that hail core does. Back out here just a little bit more. Other folks probably joining us here wondering what's going on. Here is the rest of the area, and not really seeing much else getting going. That storm south in Texas really fell apart. So really, this is the only cluster that's going. The storm up there in Washita County is still strong. Wouldn't be surprised to see another severe warning come out for that as that heads up towards the Clinton area. The other cluster of storms that brought some smaller hail will be going up towards Anadarko. But the area of circulation, we're watching and seeing, will this redevelop? Will it strengthen? Will it hold on as it comes into Kiowa and Comanche counties? Again, the atmosphere is still primed to help to develop those severe storms and continue to feed in that spinning motion across the area. So this is Sabine says looks like Lawton is going to be okay for now. It's way too early, Sabine, to count Lawton out with any of this just yet. The area of circulation continues to ride just along the Highway 62 corridor. So there is the latest tornado warning. So as we get more folks hopping in on here, here is the latest information, and this is going to be for northern Tillman County, also southern Kiowa County, and the far western edge of Comanche County. So this is going to be very close to Indiahoma. This does not include Indiahoma, but in and around this warning, you may as well go ahead and take your precautions now. So remember the duck rules here. Again, nothing confirmed at the moment, but downstairs, you want to be as far down in the building as you can with this. Underneath something, you want to put something over your body or over your head with this. And then you want to be in the center portion of your house. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And of course, with any severe storm, we always remind you to keep away from windows. If we have flying debris or large hail, like is the case with this storm heading up towards Tom Steed Lake, could be on the order of golf ball size coming through there. So there is the tornado warning. Let's go ahead and hop in here and get the latest information. This goes until 9:45. This is for west central Comanche County, so still just west of the Indiahoma area, east central Jackson, south central Kiowa, and northwestern Tillman County until 9:45. Weather Service in Norman seeing that storm with rotation near Hedrick. It's moving east at 40. So tornado and golf ball size hail. So again, you're not going to get the golf ball size hail at the rotation area. You're going to get that off towards the north. So those areas up around Mountain Park, Tom Steed Lake, and Roosevelt will be the ones that experience the golf ball size hail. The area of circulation, again, is very close to the Hedrick area. So again, here is what we're looking at. Again, a very tiny area of circulation right in here. You may have, there is your away and your towards, and then this is your towards and away. So there's a few little uh, circulation areas embedded in this main one right here. So they're looking at these areas right here near Hedrick, working their way through. And so that's moving east at 40 miles per hour. So we'll go back and we'll find this main circulation area. It's going to be east at about 40 miles per hour. We'll put this out towards the cache area, and let's just see with it moving 40. Now it has picked up the pace a little bit more. So this is going to be in Snyder coming up at 9:25. So you have 10 minutes. Snyder needs to be in their tornado safe place right now. Down the line, Highway 62, that is going to be for Indiahoma coming up at 9:42. And eventually at Cache, if we extend this on, I'll have to make a new track here to get that. But let's hop off of there, draw the correct track again. So little north of the highway. If we keep it at 40 miles per hour, just want to get it possibly out there towards the cache area. So 9:55 is what we're looking for cache. And then the Holy City and the Refuge is going to be closer to 10 o'clock. So we're looking probably closer to 10:15 for Pecan Valley, probably closer to 10:30, 10:40 for Fort Sill and Lawton. So we want to watch out for this. Again, this is still heading in that direction, heading generally towards the east at around 40 miles per hour. So again, so we got Dominic Kickbush just joined. Did Wichita Falls thread the needle, or is there further risk of storms into the night? Thanks for what you do. So I appreciate it, Dominic. There is still the possibility of some more storms try to develop. The models did show a little bit more of these storms try to develop down towards the south, but they are not going just yet. There is a possibility of some more storms developing after midnight tonight, Dominic, that we'll have to watch for coming up out of North Texas. But then as we go towards the morning hours, it would be more of the heavy rain and some strong winds working their way through. So, Dominic, you're kind of in the clear for right now, but still watching out. The model's still suggesting more development after midnight tonight for that risk of severe storms in your neck of the woods. So right now it is mainly the Tillman, Kiowa, Comanche County area that is under the gun for this severe weather right now. We're really the only game in town. You can see they've actually trimmed back the tornado watch here a little bit, Dominic. So that is definitely some good news in your favor. But as the storm continues to work its way east, they're going to keep that risk there. So it would be more stronger storms rather than the tornado threat as we go through the overnight hours. So you see how this really is the only storm in town that we're dealing with here. So still need to be on guard here. Indiahoma, Cache, Pecan Valley, Fort Sill, Medicine Park, Lawton. I'm not saying this is for sure going to produce a tornado, but it is a tornado warning. And it has had a history of at least some decent rotation. We've not had a confirmed tornado with this storm yet. So this has just had a continuing area of circulation work its way through, but we have not had a confirmed tornado with this at all. So just tapping into the prime ingredients here. So we've got a lot of lightning surrounding this, so that does indicate that it's a healthy storm, that it continues to develop. It's got all of the ingredients going right into it. So this is it. There's nothing else kind of battling with it. So we're going to have to see how this develops. This is going to continue. And given that they've already extended the tornado warning into southern Kiowa County, I would think, given that this storm continues to go into that environment, that I would not be surprised to see a tornado warning come out for at least central and northern parts of Comanche County. So if you're joining us from Frederick, Faxon, Chattanooga, Geronimo, I think you are in the clear. This is going to be mainly Indiahoma, Cache, Lawton, Fort Sill, Medicine Park, Elgin. It may be just south of Elgin, but I don't want to put that out there just yet. But again, pretty much Highway 7 and north needs to be on guard for this storm working its way into the area. Still nothing confirmed with this. I keep going back and forth between the velocity data and the debris detection. There's several of these little areas of circulation that are embedded in here, and we're still seeing this storm trying to get reorganized from when that storm came out of North Texas and interrupted the circulation. So that's what we're still looking for here. We have these storms continuing to work their way towards the east. Trying to get again my bearings on where everything is at here. So it's all wrapped up in here. Those several areas of circulation are tucked back in that rain. So you've got clockwise and counterclockwise circulations here. So away and towards right in here. You've got away and towards right in here, away and towards. So these are all uh, anticyclonic circulation areas that are embedded in here, along with some cyclonic circulation. So it's hard to pinpoint just the one. There are several little circulations that are all embedded within this storm system as it tracks off towards the east. So again, these are all on either side of Highway 62, coming up into both northern Tillman County and into southern Kiowa County. So Snyder, you need to seek that safe spot right now. It is going to be coming into town here within the next little bit. So if we count the streets here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about 6 miles to the east, or to the west, I should say, of Snyder. Now, even with the last frame here, it looks like it has dropped off a little bit, right around Lidge. You can see right in the middle of your screen, there is a little circulation area. It does not look nearly as bright with the colors or as tight as it once was. So that may be some good news for the moment, but still want to be on guard in your safe spot in both Snyder and in Mountain Park, as those circulation areas continue to work their way in your direction. If you're joining us from Lawton, Cache, Medicine Park, nothing happening just yet, but this is trending in our direction. So that is why we're watching it carefully as it moves right along Highway 62. Checking the debris detection here. This is what I'm talking about here. So we did see, looks like there may have been, timing out with those little circulation areas, there might have been a brief touchdown in here, but it is hard to tell for sure. If I look around that east 1630 marker, may have been some slight circulation that touched down in there. I'm trying to go back and see if that times out with that. And it looks like there may have been a brief touchdown with that, just to the west of Lidge, by a mile or two. There might have been a brief touchdown there based on that data, but not anything certain on that one. Just 2 miles to the west of the business loop coming out of Snyder. Okay, go back. Let's see where this hail is trying to set up shop here as well. So again, we had that coming through Mountain Park. It looks like it dropped its hail right over eastern Jackson County. So now it is going to be a little bit smaller hail heading into Mountain Park. So that's definitely some good news as well. But the southern edge of this storm coming up out of the Tipton area, that could have some larger hail with it as well. So that looks like it just missed Tipton. But this is going to be heading towards Highway 183, southern Kiowa County, with some large hail here too. So there may be some golf balls or larger with that storm coming just to the north of Tipton. So glad that hailstorm is missing out on the Tipton area at the moment. Back to the reflectivity, giving you an idea of just the wider picture here. This is the only game in town. There is a cluster of storms right around Cordell, heading up towards Clinton and Weatherford. So if you've got any students up there at SWASU, not a severe storm there, thankfully. Definitely going to be some rain and some rumbles, but any students up there at SWASU, that is fine. You're probably hearing some rumbles up around Apache and Anadarko, Fort Cobb. That is a non-severe storm as well. The main severe storm is the one centered right over Snyder. So I'll put this back into motion, and you can see how this has worked its way out of eastern Jackson County. And now that circulation area is squarely on the Tillman and Kiowa County line. So right along Highway 62, just to the west of Snyder, is where we're seeing that circulation area. There may have been a brief touchdown just outside of Lidge, the little unincorporated community there outside of Snyder. Back to the velocity here. They're still trying to show a little circulation area that maybe there's your out and in, but then here is your out and in here. So there's two different circulation areas that are going through here. There's a cyclonic and an anticyclonic circulation coming through that Lidge area. So this is very close to the western edge of the business loop out of Snyder. So the little spur road that takes you off of Highway 62 and up into Snyder. So still want to seek your safe spot here in Snyder with this storm coming through. Hop off of here and let's just investigate with the debris detection again, and let's just see if we've got anything coming down at the moment. And again, this area right in here, just to the northeast of Lidge now, just going back and seeing if this is just a speck in the data or if this actually could be developing into a possible, it looks like it's gone away. It looked like it was trying to develop there, but it has since faded away. So it may just be a blip in the data at the moment. But for right now, just areas of circulation that are causing us to be on here and watch. So that would have timed out right there. So again, that area of circulation between Snyder and Lidge is now just to the north of the business loop on the west side of Snyder. So this is going to be split in the area between Mountain Park and Snyder. So let's put this back into motion as it comes through the Lidge area. It's going to be coming very close to Mountain Park. Looks like it's going to be coming just on the north side of Snyder too. So again, Snyder, Mountain Park, Tom Steed Lake area need to be taking their tornado precautions right now. So this is heading more north of Highway 62 than it is along Highway 62. So that is definitely some better news for areas like Indiahoma and Cache. We are definitely not out of the woods yet. I am not giving the all clear for Indiahoma or Cache just yet, but this area of circulation is one that is starting to lift north of the highway, heading through Snyder and up towards Mountain Park. So still need Snyder and Mountain Park in their safe spot right now. Southern Kiowa County here. Looks like this is right along. We get into downtown Snyder here. This is 1620. We get into 1610. So right in there, those little highways getting up towards Mountain Park, where we see that circulation area working its way through. Again, not hearing of anything confirmed with these storms, but there have been some little areas that we definitely need to watch. Just a broad area of rotation working its way through with nothing that has been terribly focused in one point to produce that possible tornado anywhere. So starting to see some photos showing up of that baseball hail that came through Mangum not long ago. Should probably turn on the storm reports here just so we can see any of those working their way through. Let's put these on for the last 3 hours and let's see what we've got. So we had some 1-inch hail that came through Altus. There is that report of baseball size hail up here. That 3-inch hail came from emergency management just in Mangum. So that was some large hail there. Outside of Tipton was about quarter size hail not long ago. Again, still looking at some broad rotation right along Highway 183, just south of Snyder. It's not anything tight there, but it is this area coming through Snyder and up towards Mountain Park where we need to be watching for that potential for embedded circulations in here. So There's this area right in here that may be trying to develop a tornado in here. There is this area coming into the west side of Snyder. That's more of an anticyclonic circulation. So we need to be watching these closely for further development. Nothing has been confirmed with any of these storms at the moment. So I know a lot of folks still watching from Lawton, Elgin, maybe even Duncan and Walters, trying to get an idea of what storms are doing here. Again, the main action is right here on the Tillman and Kiowa County line, just right around Snyder at the current moment. Get back in there a little bit tighter, and you can see right over downtown Snyder, we've got more of that anticyclonic circulation. There may be more of a cyclonic rotation just northwest of there, heading up towards Mountain Park. So these little weak embedded circulations in the bigger storm system are what we're watching out for. This old warning out here, that is what was left over from the previous one. So this is not, they actually went ahead and deleted it. So that's good. So just in case you were wondering about that circulation, that box out there, let's see, we're getting some more. Oh, they put that out and then they put it back away. So I was wondering what that was. They looked like they flashed it back up and then put it away. So we still have another 15 minutes left to go on this circulation, this tornado warning for now southern Kiowa County and still technically parts of Comanche County north of Indiahoma. So still need to be on guard for this as it lifts towards the north. You've got this area right here coming into Mountain Park from the south. So again, this is towards and away. So this is going a different direction than a normal cyclonic, which is counterclockwise. So this is going clockwise around here from the radar in the Frederick area. So we need to be watching Mountain Park. Snyder, you still need to be hunkered down, but Mountain Park, that looks like it's trying to develop into maybe a anticyclonic circulation. Nothing being picked up with debris at the moment, but still watching these little signatures. That's what we're having to keep our eyes on here deep in the rain. If you're going to be standing out trying to watch this, you're not going to be able to find anything. So it's best to just go ahead and hunker down and let this pass on by. I'll go back to the reflectivity here, and you can see we still have this inflow notch right in here. And you still have the wraparound back in here. So that area of circulation is still in there, but not nearly as tight. We got another view of the velocity, just see where things are. Yeah, I'm still looking at this area right in here. So this is all towards and away. So that anticyclonic clockwise circulation coming up into Mountain Park, that needs to be monitored. Out towards the west, not anything as tight. We have some, I can see how that plays out up here. Got more downburst winds heading out towards the west there. A lot of heavy rain, some hail possibly coming down with that storm out to the west of Mountain Park. Put this back into motion again, back out a little bit more, let you see what is going on here. A lot of heavy rainfall coming down for Roosevelt, now spreading up towards Carnegie, Cooperton, seeing some of that heavy rainfall, and still technically severe here with some maybe some quarter size hail, but the area of circulation is the one right there just to the north of Snyder and heading up towards Mountain Park. So again, it is trending more north of 62 than it is right along 62. So if you're joining from Lawton, that is definitely some better news. Again, not the all clear for Lawton just yet, but still seeing this trending more north of 62, which is definitely some great news. But still, Refuge, Medicine Park, Latonka, Mears, again, down the line would be towards Elgin, Ellsworth. Still need to be on guard for those areas. Again, as mentioned, we have not had any confirmation that this is actually a tornado on the ground. We've not seen any confirmation. We've seen some hail reports, That's been the only thing that we've confirmed so far. But little embedded circulations throughout that little indentation around the mountain park, not Medicine Park, mountain park, and Snyder areas. Continuing to go through the uh, storm chasers and all the meteorologists out there, out towards the west of us here in Lawton, and just seeing if there's anything that's popping up out here. Let's see again. Put this on pause. Go back in with the velocity data again. So still seeing just these little areas. So there's your away and towards right in here. Just this broad area right in here. There's another towards and away right in here. So these little circulations. There's your towards and away right here. So little embedded circulations. Nothing has touched down with these right now. So we'll see how the Weather Service decides to play this out as maybe a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag on it, or if they go with the tornado warning into northwestern and north central Comanche County. Now, again, it looks like it's trying to reorganize itself again as it's now passing to the east of Highway 183. Still need Mountain Park in your shelter right now. Snyder is still hunkered down as well, as this storm still is overhead at the moment. A lot of heavy rain, some hail there coming up out of Tillman County. So we may be seeing some hail starting to come into the Snyder area. That could be some large hail on the order of golf ball size coming in for those folks in Snyder. So still have that out here. This is the last view of it. I would think it's more in here now and coming up towards Snyder. So smaller pea-size hail, maybe some nickel pieces coming into Mountain Park, along with that circulation on the south side. Hail coming in from the south towards Snyder as well. Back to the reflectivity here. And again, just trying to show you nothing coming in from the south just yet. They've actually dialed back some of the tornado watch back here towards the south. Up towards the north, that storm up around Clinton, now a severe storm for Weatherford, Clinton. So that's quarter size hail in 60. So that is a garden variety baseline severe thunderstorm warning for that area. That continues to head off towards the northeast. But it is this storm down here that continues to be really the only game in all of Oklahoma. So that's why we're hanging on with this to give you the latest updates on where this stands. Does this redevelop? Does it reorganize? Does it continue to have these little sporadic circulations in them? So we kind of look for these areas where the lightning is pulsing up a little bit more, just now outside of Mountain Park. So you've got these areas right in here. So you've got the away and towards right in here. So there's your circulation area, your anticyclonic circulation that may be coming through just now leaving Mountain Park. So still need to be hunkered down here, Snyder, with some larger hail coming down. But looks like that circulation area is trying to move on to your east. Same thing with Mountain Park. We'll go back here to storm relative velocity, and let's just see what we've got. So still not strong circulation, but it is still there. Just now east of Highway 183. Not much down towards the Snyder area. As far as any rainfall here, see how much rain we picked up here. Yeah, some heavy rainfall. Pretty much on a line from near Friendship to Roosevelt to Cooperton. A lot of heavy rainfall coming through there on the order of an inch or two. And that'll be heading up towards Cooperton and Carnegie as well. So some areas that saw some heavy rain, but not as torrential the rain that came down in Lawton just on Saturday. But a lot of heavy rainfall coming through there off towards the north of Snyder and the south of Roosevelt. So a lot of these storms, especially tomorrow night, that's where we could see more of those flash flooding concerns. So that could be the primary threat as we go into tomorrow night. So we want to be watching out for that. Again, just because you don't see any severe weather, that flash flooding threat, given how soaked everything is, will be a concern. So if you live in one of those low-lying areas, again, I know we've got the usual spots like Garden Village, Turtle Creek, uh, heading down into Cotton County with more rain. Unfortunately, those folks hurting pretty badly with the swollen Cache Creek. We've got more water on the way. So unfortunately, a lot of those areas going to get inundated here tomorrow night. Uh, Back into the reflectivity view here. There's that inflow notch that's worked its way now east of 183. So we're getting close to giving that all clear for Snyder and Mountain Park. Out ahead of this, you're looking closely in Lawton, Fort Sill, Cache. It looks like that circulation area is going to stay north of Indiahoma, Cache, and then therefore north of Lawton and the Fort Sill area. So Tony is saying a little late to the stream, how is Lawton? So again, really, Tony, this is the only storm that's going on outside of the one in Weatherford in the state of Oklahoma. So this is the only tornado warning that we've got in the state. That circulation area, you can see they've trimmed it back a little bit further. So now Snyder is out of that tornado warning. So you can see for sure we're going to be fine here for Indiahoma, Cache, Lawton, Fort Sill, but areas around Medicine Park, Latonka, the Refuge, we need to be looking down the line towards Ellsworth as this holds on, if it holds on. Again, Elgin, you're still not out of the woods. Fletcher, Cyril, Cement, Apache need to be watching this storm. So let me kind of put the area that we're looking at here. Let me put a line. We're still very much in the threat area in these areas up here towards the north. So if you're north of this line, you still need to be watching this storm. Medicine Park, Latonka, Mears, Ellsworth, Elgin, Fletcher, Cyril, Apache, Cement, all need to be on guard here. This is still working its way through. If you're joining from Lawton, Cache, Indiahoma, Geronimo, Central High, Duncan, Marlow, I think you're going to be fine. We're still looking at this line of storms working its way through pretty slowly. Let's get the latest update here. It's still showing golf ball size hail. And let's see. Golf ball size hail located near Mountain Park, moving northeast at 30. So it's been a little while since I've given an updated track on this. So let's put a new track on this storm from that location outside of Mountain Park. So let's put it right about there, Highway 54. Let's push it off in this direction here. Let's push it all the way out close to Fletcher. And we'll put it at 30 miles per hour just to see what we come up with here. So the Holy City at 10:15, Mears 10:17, Latonka Acres at 10:22, Medicine Park at 10:26, Porter Hill at 10:38, Lakeside Village 10:40, Edgewater Park 10:40, Apache 10:45, Ellsworth Edition 10:47, Elgin, if you're listening, Owl Country here around 10:50, Fletcher 10:55. So again, if you just joining us here again as this storm makes its way through Medicine Park 10:30, 10:25, 10:30, Edgewater Park around 10:40, Apache 10:45, Elgin 10:50, Fletcher 10:55. So that's what we're looking for here. So everybody north of 62 still needs to be watching here. North of Fort Sill needs to be watching out for this storm. Let's go back. Let's get this off of here. Take this off. Let's get back into the circulation area. Let's see how this is kind of progressed here. Saw that little area of circulation. That's what's left of it right in here. So you're away and towards, still right in here. Still that area of circulation right in there. Not nearly as tight or well defined, kind of getting lost in the rainfall here. So that's that area that we were watching out of Mountain Park. Mountain Park, I would consider you in the clear. Still watching areas out ahead of this. Mears, Medicine Park, Latonka, Ellsworth, Elgin, Fletcher, Cyril, Cement, Apache. Still need to be watching this storm. It's, again, just little tiny circulations. That's all it really takes to be issuing these here. So we've got a new area that we've got to watch here. Let's see. I'm going to monitor this little area right in here as it comes into the refuge now, comes into Comanche County. That may be the new area that's trying to get going. So there's your away and your towards. So you still have this clockwise circulation. It's not a counterclockwise circulation. It's a clockwise circulation. So an anticyclonic circulation. Now try to take over here along the Comanche and Kiowa County line, north of Indiahoma. So Indiahoma, Cache, y'all are still fine. Going back in here, let's see. Reflectivity. So still looking at that area. Just going back into motion here. We're still looking. Your inflow notch is right in here with all the moist air coming into it. Some of that hail on the north side. Let's see back to our hail product here. Got some more hail that's trying to develop here right at that Highway 49, Highway 54 interchange right there, heading up into the refuge. So there's going to be some buffalo and some longhorn that are going to be bothered by this line of storms. As far as the cell southwest of Snyder, it looks like it lost a lot of that hail. So we could give the all clear to Snyder and Mountain Park as far as the circulation and the large hail, but there's still going to be some heavy rain and some smaller hail coming up through Snyder here on the rear of that main storm system. Back in here, velocity. Still watching that area north of Odetta. Again, coming up north of Indiahoma, close to the Indiahoma Y. So it is still right there, still trying to get going. Brian hopping in. Do you know if Elgin is going to get hit? Again, I mentioned Elgin is one of those areas that needs to be on watch here by closer to 1050. Again, not saying for sure that this is going to be a tornadic circulation here, but the storm is trending in that direction, Brian. So around 1045, 1050 is when I would expect to see that area of circulation. So there is the updated tornado warning, and they're going to push this further into the refuge. So there it goes. So they're still looking at this area of circulation right here. So this new one that's getting going. So there's your away and your towards right in here. So north of Odetta, right along. This is the Comanche Kiowa County line right here. 49 as it goes through the refuge. Then it comes out here, dumps you out by the visitor center. So get over to Jed Johnson Lake, Black Bear Mountain, North Mountain. So you're getting deep into the refuge here. But it is this circulation area right in here. Delete this here. So again, there is your circulation area right in here. You're away and you're towards. There is your circulation. Now moving a little bit further into Comanche County, now about 1 mile into Comanche County. So this is, again, refuge currently where it stands. We'll get the latest information here. Let's see the text from the Weather Service. So it's suggesting northwestern Comanche County, southeastern Kiowa County, now until 10:15. So it's 4 miles east of Mountain Park. producing possibly quarter size hail and a possible tornado. So now that circulation area, let's try to come back into more of the traditional cyclonic area of circulation. So there again, right in here, there is your area of circulation trying to work its way through. So still watching this area right down here, coming into western Comanche County. Again, if you're joining from Indiahoma, Cache, Lawton, we are going to be fine. This is going to be heading up towards Mears, Holy City, Latonka. So let's kind of put from around here. Let's see its current track. Let's put it in this direction here. So that is going to put it in the neighborhood. So there is Elk Mountain right here. There is the visitor center right here. So it's going to be close to, if not north. Oh, sorry. Yep, that's correct. Right in here. Holy City is going to be close. The parallel forest right in here. You start getting up into Mears, and then you get up. Here's Mount Scott right here, and then Latonka. So those are the areas that I'm going to be watching for here. Fort Sill, again, I think Fort Sill is fine. Again, it's deeper into the refuge, right along Highway 49 and the northern edge of Highway 115 coming up out of Cache that we've got to watch for there. So this is still, let's put a new track on this and let's see what we've got here. So it is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Let's put this here. Let's kind of see where that's going. Let's put it from the circulation area right here. Let's put it, there it goes, right in there. It is trying to get a little bit stronger here. Let's put it at 25 miles per hour. So that's going to put it at the Holy City at 1020. Mears, 1025. Latonka Acres, 1030. Medicine Park, 1035. We back out a little bit more here. Let's try and get some more areas that would be down the line here that need to be watching out for this as well. Put the track back on here again. Drag it out from here on this east-northeast track. It is, again, heading in the general direction of Latonka, Elgin, Fletcher, north of Sterling, sorry. So right in this area, we put it at 25. Again, not saying that the circulation is going to hold this way. We've seen just over the last half hour or so that this is ebbed and flowed throughout the entirety. There's been little tiny circulations. This one's trying to become a little bit more broad in the typical cyclonic circulation now. So again, Holy City, 1020, Mears, 1025, Latonka Acres, 1030, Medicine Park, 1035, Porter Hill, 1050, Lakeside Village, 1050, Edgewater Park, around a little after 1050, Elgin now, and Fletcher, a little after 11 o'clock. So Elgin, 11, Fletcher, 11:10. So again, we'll see what happens here. So that circulation is going to be coming close to Medicine Park, right over Lake Latonka, pretty close to Mount Scott. So we need to be watching very carefully in here. So this is Porter Hill. There's 277 coming off of there. So you can see that center cone. If it lays on that, that's what you're looking for right in there. So everybody in there. Holy City, Latonka, north side of Medicine Park, Porter Hill, Elgin, Fletcher. Need to be watching out here. No tornado warning for you folks just yet, but this circulation is trying to get reorganized again. So there it is. So again, remember we had that storm that was coming up out of here and it was butting up against that area of circulation. Well, that has kind of morphed into that southern edge of the storm now. And now we just have that free area that is uninterrupted, area that has not been worked over yet. And again, free air as we keep talking about it here. There is your intake right in here. Here's the wraparound circulation on the backside. Again, this is north of Indiahoma. If you are, again, if you are in this area in here, as far out as Sterling, I believe, you still need to be on guard here. Fort Sill, this is going to be close. If it gets stronger, it's going to head more straight east. So we need to be watching out for this. I still believe Lawton is going to be just on the southern edge of this. But again, with these storms, as they get stronger, they tend to turn off towards the east a little bit more. So let's see how this has progressed. As it's getting stronger now, it's still going a little bit more east northeast. It's not going straight east just yet. It is still going east northeast. So Medicine Park, again, I think I said we're looking around 10:20, 10:30. So it's still, if you are somebody that's had a trailer out there, campground out there, I know some folks maybe still keep their campers out there. They need to get away from those campers here. Try and find some more substantial structure for those folks at Latonka and up towards Ellsworth. That circulation is heading in that direction. Mount Scott, Medicine Park, Latonka, Porter Hill, up in the direction of Ellsworth and Elgin. That is where that circulation area is heading as we speak. Again, not saying anything confirmed just yet. We'll go back to the velocity. So there is your circulation area right in here. So that is several miles to the north of Indiahoma. So you've got roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miles north of Indiahoma currently. Back to regular velocity. Let's see what we've got. It's still there. Shows up a little bit better here. There's your outbound up against your inbound right in there. Again, this is deep in the refuge for right now. But as it comes, that's going to get a little bit closer to some more populated areas if it holds on this course. We'll see now that it's pretty deep into this tornado warning if they go ahead and push this out further to include Mears, Latonka, Medicine Park with the newest warning here. Keep going back through X and just trying to see if there's anything else that's popping up here at the moment. Again, a lot of chasers that tend to hop out here and watch these storms, but driving through the refuge, not the best place to be chasing a tornado, not the typical grid structure that you would have everywhere else. You only have a couple of roads that are even possible to navigate, and if you get stuck on the wrong one, you're out of luck. So again, those of you that maybe say mountains protect us, again, this is a tornado warning going right through the refuge. It's going to take a lot bigger mountain range to disrupt a tornadic circulation. You've got to get into the Smokies, again, the Appalachians, and then the Rockies to really disrupt any tornadic circulation here. So that's what we're seeing going through right now. Again, still just trying to get folks aware, not saying that we're looking at an active on the ground tornado here, but still need those folks in Medicine Park, Latonka, Mears, Porter Hill, Ellsworth, Elgin, and Fletcher to be watching out for this. And it is trending in your direction. It is continuing to strengthen and reorganize itself. So we did see it with those little weak circulations continue with the tornado warning. Now that it is strengthening and organizing itself, we will likely see another tornado warning that comes out here for those areas that I've been mentioning. So still looking, let's put another track here. Back out just a little bit. So you're looking right in this area here. Right about in there. 25 miles per hour. Just trying to go through these times again. Mears at around 10:28. Latonka Acres at 10:35. Medicine Park 10:40. Porter Hill 10:53. Lakeside Village 10:54. Edgewater Park 10:56. Ellsworth Edition around 11:04. And same thing, Elgin at around 11:04. That would put it around 11:10 in the Fletcher area. So again, nothing confirmed here at the moment. Still trying to see any of these chasers maybe getting a wall cloud or something like that from the refuge, but not really seeing anything at the moment, but still trying to get itself organized and strengthened as the upper level winds. And we're starting to see some of those brighter colors now starting to come into picture. So that is indicative that it is starting to get stronger now. Let's go in here and let's just investigate some of these winds. So that's on the order, getting close to 50 miles per hour going out. Not as strong coming in, but it is still there. Definitely more organized. You can see it organizing itself right in here. Everything in red is heading away. Everything in green is coming back to that radar. You still have this broad circulation right in here. So now we're coming up on, let's see here. Hop off of that. That's coming over Elk Mountain, north of the Indiahoma Y. Jed Johnson Lake is going to be right in here. So that's going to be heading close. It's going to be heading in the direction of the Holy City. 115. Again, the visitor center is right here. The new headquarters complex is right here. You get up towards the Holy City. I'm mistaken here. Jed Johnson Lake is up here. So I apologize for that. For those folks that are screaming at their phones about refuge geology, that is my fault. Let's see. It's really slammed on the brakes here. It is not moving as quickly as we've seen earlier. So now it's about 10 o'clock. Again, this is Chief Meteorologist Austin Bowling with the Texoma Weather Lab, giving you live coverage of the only tornado warning in the state right now. There are some more severe storms up here. Let me go back to the reflectivity here. Again, don't want to forget these folks up here. Apache, you've got some strong storms coming through there. That storm, possible of quarter size and 60 mile per hour winds. So that's that storm there. Could still be some quarter size hail coming back again into Apache with that storm a little bit later here with the next half hour or so, Apache. So you're not done with the hail just yet either. There is our tornadic circulation. I'm trying to keep everybody in the view here. Let's try to remove some stuff here. So again, there you see just north of the Indiahoma Y. Back to our velocity. It's trying to disorganize itself again too. So it has come back down a little bit. Not nearly as well organized here. So those of you out ahead of this, that's definitely some good news, but still want to be taking my precautions. Just takes a quick little spin up to make this unpleasant, obviously. But right now, not as bright, not as tight, not as well organized as it was. It was definitely coming around. Well, Justin, I am definitely not going to put you in the refuge. This is the worst place to possibly chase. I think back to November 7th, 2011, with the tornado coming through here. There was no way I was going to catch that. So definitely not going to put you in there. So let's see. We still have, again, on the reflectivity view, it still has that little appendage that everybody knows. Everybody's learned this from elementary school. There is the rear flank downdraft of this storm. You still have the warm, moist air inflow coming in ahead of it. So it still looks pretty impressive on the reflectivity or the rainfall view of the storm, but the velocity data looks like it's losing at least a little bit of that structure. We're not completely done with it. It's north of Elk Mountain. So again, you're looking from Frederick. There's your way. There's your toward. It's still there. Still your broad circulation right here. Still heading in the direction of Mears and the Holy City. But again, nothing confirmed here. Kelly Garza, is it making it to Wichita Falls? Let me back out here and let me give you just the look of everything here. Got everything is hopping off. I'm crashing the system apparently. So let me restart it and let me get everything back online here. It's just it's been working hard here the last little while. So Kelly's asking if it's going to make it to Wichita Falls. No, it looks like this is going to stay just to your north here. Back out a little bit more. Let me get back into. Oh, I got to share the screen. That would help. There we go. Got it back. So there it is. Wichita Falls down here at the bottom. This is well to your north, Kelly. There may be some more storms develop after midnight tonight, but a lot of stuff down here to the south has had a hard time getting going. A lot of these counties down here have actually been dropped from that tornado watch. So that is definitely some good news. So we're watching out for that. Allison Freeman is Cash in the clear. Yes. Yes. Indiahoma, Cash, Lawton in the clear. Geronimo, Faxon, Central High, Duncan, you are in the clear right now. Again, there may be some more storms in the early morning hours that come back through, but right now, as far as that tornado threat, it is well off to the north. Let's go back in here. Still have that area of circulation, still right here, just not too tight. Right there. Still holding on. It's coming up on the far eastern range of this tornado warning here. So Kate Jones, Robinson's Landing off Mears Porter Hill between Highway 58 and 115. So we're looking up in here. So again, it's gonna be close. Again, it's kind of getting ragged, but Kate, it is coming close to there. I definitely hunker down there. Fletcher's waiting on the edge of their seats. What about Elgin? I'm still looking, Twyla, sometime around the 1050 range if it holds on. So how's travel to Oklahoma City in the morning? Good friend Chris Coast, the owner of this logo right here. Looks like we're going to see some more scattered downpours during the morning hours, so it will be wet drive going up. There may be some heavier downpours in there, Chris. That makes it unpleasant to go up there. There may be some hail in there as well. The stronger storms, I believe, are going to be during the afternoon, right around 1, 2 o'clock. So if you're coming back in the evening, definitely want to watch out for that afternoon, evening time frame, Coast, for that severe weather. So, Elizabeth, most specific and informative weather broadcast I have ever Fine. So thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. Patricia asking about Lawton. I still think again we are well south of here. So I think we're doing a-okay for the Lawton area. So we still have more downpours, storms that'll come through during the overnight. But as far as any of that tornadic circulation, it's going to stay up here. And you can see the brighter colors have kind of gone away. It's not nearly as well defined and organized. Still here, still that broad mesocyclone, as we call it, that rotating area of circulation. Still want to be on guard, though, for any potential development with this storm. So we still have that little appendage down here, still have the free air, still have our wraparound little finger of rotation on the backside of this storm. So that's the action area that we're watching for at the moment. Back things out a little bit more, you could still see that storm working its way through Apache with some hail. It's going to be heading towards Cyril and Cement, Norge, Ninnekah. Should be just north of Ninnekah, heading up towards Chickasha with that hail. So we still have that feature. We're going to see what the Weather Service decides to do. There's still some lightning here right around that circulation area, so they may decide to keep it going just in case. So if we do, it's going to be Latonka, Ellsworth, over towards Elgin, but it is definitely not as impressive of a signature. It's still there. Again, still a very broad area of rotation right in here. It's about to come up on the Holy City, come up towards the Mears area. So it's actually going to come up closer to Mount Sheridan. So right here along the highway between the Holy City and Mears is where you're expecting to see that area of circulation. So Latonka, Mount Scott, Latonka Acres, get into Robinson's Landing up here as well. That's where you're starting to see that come through. Still holding on to this. Again, textbook supercell structure just to the west of Medicine Park. And it just does not look as great and as organized as it once did. Still there though. Again, it's still holding on. Do they have sirens out at the Holy City area? I don't think so. Since that's federal land, I don't know if they actually do have sirens out there, but I would think that those folks are at least have a weather radio out there, given the passion play that goes on out there. We still have that area of circulation holding on. It is just hanging on. It's a broad, weaker area of circulation right here. So again, coming up on Mount Sheridan, going to be between Holy City and Mears. Got another flash flood warning here. Again, a lot of heavy rainfall. I haven't checked on the rainfall here lately just to see how much we've picked up in the last hour. In a lot of these areas, seeing an inch and a half. These are areas that picked up a lot of rainfall back on Saturday. So again, adding another inch and a half. So these are all going to be areas they're going to flow back into Latonka and Ellsworth, which is not great news for Cotton County, Southern Comanche County, with respect to the flooding concerns. Eric Price asking about Walters. So again, Eric, this is really the only game in town right now. This storm is staying north of Highway 62. Let me back out a little bit more. You can see Walters down here. We look down south. There's nothing to find out there right now. This is staying north of Medicine Park. So right now, Eric Walters is in the clear. Let's kind of see what we can find as far as the model goes, and let's just see where this takes us over the next handful of hours. And it looks like we're going to replace this with a general severe thunderstorm warning. So the tornado warning is going to be allowed to lapse. So that is definitely good news, number one. But let's see what we've got here as far as the rest of tonight. Let you have an idea of what's going on here, and then I'll get you the severe thunderstorm warning for northern Comanche County. So it has that storm getting out of here within the next hour. Anything coming through during the overnight, there's that coast is on here. You can see there's that heavy rain, some storms coming through during that morning drive. So there's your downpours. Going to make for a wet go of it here first thing tomorrow morning. So again, some of these could be a little bit stronger, maybe some pea to some dime size hail. But again, that's coming up starting around 5 o'clock in the morning and sticking around for much of the morning through midday. And then it would be the afternoon where we expect to see that severe weather. Let me go back to the radar. There's a lot of folks that are asking about Elgin here. So just turned in. Did you mention Elgin? I was still looking sometime around the 10:30 time frame here. Let's see. Kyle Carr, since we live out by the lake, not looking great is great. Yes. That's definitely some good news, Kyle. I know that gives you a little bit of sigh of relief there. So thank you for covering this. Not a problem. When can I go to sleep in Elgin? So Eric is asking here. So let's time out this latest severe thunderstorm warning information. So golf ball size hail still possible. This is going to be coming up for areas north of Latonka and up towards Ellsworth and Apache, with that possibility of some golf ball size hail with this. So this has moving east at 40 miles per hour, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and golf ball size hail. So let's put 40 miles per hour. I'm going to do the linear mode. And again, that area of circulation is still out there. I don't want that to get this. It could just as easily pop back up here. So that's why I still want to be on guard for that area of circulation. Let's kind of do this leading edge here, and here. And we'll push this out east at 40. So this is the whole complex coming through. I will talk about the circulation here in just a second. So all this, Porter Hill 1025, Apache 1030, Ellsworth Edition at 1030, Elgin at 1030, Fletcher 1035, Sorrel 1040, Acme coming up at 1055. Now let's get that area of circulation. It still has that little appendage there on the end that bears watching. So again, it's moving east at 40. Put that in this direction here. So 40 miles per hour. So still looking Elgin 1030, 1040 for this area. So Erica, I'd say every bit of 1045, 1050, at least by 11 o'clock, Elgin should be able to rest easy. We just have to let this circulation go. So we have another 20 minutes, 30 minutes before it works its way through. Again, just since it still shows that feature, I don't want to give it all clear just yet. Wanted to go back through the feature here, see if they had so you notice this right here. It still says tornado possible. So we're not done with the tornado threat just yet. And we still have the broad area of rotation, that little appendage at the end that's coming through. So Elgin, we still have to wait until every bit of 10:50, 11 o'clock before you can go to sleep. That storm will be coming through around 10:30, 10:40. So that's what we need to be watching out for. So again, that area of rotation still hanging out there. Get this off of here. So it's still hanging on right in here. It's trying to tighten up there a little bit, but it is still just a weak area of circulation. Could decide it wants to reorganize again as long as that is still hanging on. All right. Let's stop here. We've got somebody asking for Chickasha. So Brittany Marie Matlock. See, I saw Brittany Marie. My sister is named Brittany Marie. So I looked at this and I was like, what is my sister hopping on here for? So Chickasha, Brittany Marie Matlock. We've got the heavy rain, some hail coming into your neck of the woods here in the next 20 minutes. This storm was warned for golf ball size hail. I have not tracked the hail size here lately. So looks like maybe some nickel or quarter size hail that may be coming down here out of Apache between Cement and Adarko. That's going to be coming through here in the next 20 minutes. The hail core is right back here going over the Blue Canyon Wind Farm right now. That's going to be heading towards Ellsworth and Apache. That's that golf ball size hail there, Apache. You need to be inside and away from the windows. Check this one. He's legit. Hey, I got 12 years of experience, and I think a lot of folks remember me from my time on TV. So I like to think I have a little bit of experience. I don't know. I try not to panic. There's no sense panicking when it's already a stressful situation. So I just want to be a little bit more of a voice of calm and some reason with these storms as they come their way through. So no all caps, no scary language. I mean, we'll use the scary language when we have to, but again, no sense in getting worked up over something that already has a lot of people on edge when it's just rain. So want to bring at least a voice of calm to all this here. So this is that hail. Ellsworth, Apache, need to be watching out for that hail coming up here in the next little bit. Let me put a track on the hail here. Back to the linear mode here. Nope. Still got me doing that. There's that. Nope. Doing it wrong. Gotta love technology sometimes. Push this out at 40. So there is your hail core right there. That's going to be coming up into Boone at 10:30, Apache at 10:35. Ellsworth Edition at 10:40, Cyril at 10:50. So the possibility of golf ball size hail coming down there, that is just north of Robbins Landing. But for sure, Ellsworth, close to Fletcher, Apache, and Cyril. Going to be watching out for that line of hail. A friend recommended you since I'm near Medicine Park that you be so calm and informative. So no problem, CC. I appreciate it. Always try to bring just that sense of calm to an already stressful situation. So keep going back through X and seeing if anybody's brought anything on here. I've not seen anything since the hail core that went over Mangum and brought that baseball size hail, but somebody's got a pretty epic time lapse of the strobe light over Snyder with the storm going through. So if you're on X, you can look for the Snyder storm. That one looks pretty impressive with the way that was coming through. Let's go back to the reflectivity again. You still have that little appendage down here. It's now coming just north of Mount Scott, now heading into the Lake Latonka area. Let's see. Went to the wrong one. There you go. Still have that area of circulation is still in here. Still showing it right in here. Right here, about to go over Robinson's Landing, northern part of Lake Latonka. Still have that broad area of rotation right in here. Still looking out here. It's about to cross in Robinson's Landing, Highway 58 here, Ann's Kitchen up here, close to Porter Hill Road. Right up in there. Latonka Acres. Got that area of circulation coming right over you. Still watching out for this. This is just north of Medicine Park. But again, nothing confirmed with this, but still have that broad area of rotation right in here. Outside of Mears, Tonka, coming through. So again, if you're just joining us, again, Indiahoma, Cache, you're fine. Lawton, you're fine. Fort Sill, you're fine. This is all north of Fort Sill right here. So Porter Hill, Lakeside Village, Edgewater Park, Ellsworth Addition, Elgin, Fletcher. Still need to be watching out for this storm out here. It's really the only thing in town. There's some scattered thunderstorms that are trying to get going around Oklahoma City. Nothing to our south except way down south, big country of Texas, way down there towards the south. Flash flood warnings left over from the heavy rainfall that's there. Again, this is all around Medicine Park. Still have that storm right over Latonka. Latonka Acres, Robinson's Landing coming right through just north of Mount Scott. So hunker down there, folks. Possibility of some strong winds coming through there. That area of rotation right overhead. Doesn't look as good on that one. Still there. Let's go back and play this through again. So still, again, just that broad area of circulation right over Lake Latonka. Maybe a pretty decent wall cloud or a lowering that's there, but just that broad, weak circulation that's right there. Still holding on. This is heading up now in the general direction of Ellsworth and Elgin. So we put this back to the cellular mode. Nope. So still in this area right in here. Let me take that away. Looks like we've got this area trying to get going right in here. Poor Hill, new time 10:35. Edgewater Park 10:35. Elgin 10:41. Fletcher 10:47. Cyril 10:52. As the storm continues to work its way towards the east, broad circulation, history of producing pretty decent circulation at times, working its way out of Jackson County. But now, again, just a severe thunderstorm warning. Some large hail is coming up over the Apache area here very shortly. Again, there you go. Maybe not as large as it was. Definitely dropped it in the refuge. That's good news for the Apache folks, but maybe some dime size hail, quarter size hail still possible coming up into Apache. Now we've got some large hail that's trying to get going around Cyril and Cement. That could be heading up towards Chickasha here, Ninnekah. over the next 20, 30 minutes. So we'll watch out for that. That'd be the threat here for the Grady County folks. But again, it's mainly this quarter size hail. Let's try to come through with this storm heading towards Apache in the north side of Ellsworth at this moment. Still have that little appendage hanging out there, leaving Lake Latonka, heading up towards Porter Hill, Lakeside Village, Edgewater Park. Mears, Medicine Park. Go ahead and give you all the all clear here. Again, if you're joining us from Lawton, this is all well to the north, so we do not have to worry about this one. Still holding on here, still trying to keep that last little vestige of some velocity here. So it looks like it's trying. Not really adding. It's not really lining up with that there. So this was the area I was looking at here. It does not match up with the circulation area that I was looking for. Nope, it does not match up with that. So so bro dose. Any threats in OKC? So it would be this storm. It looks like it would stay mainly to the south of Oklahoma City. It would be coming up like towards Blanchard, Norman, Purcell down the line. So I don't think this storm poses any threat to Oklahoma City. Jerusha, Starrett. What about Chickasha? So we're starting to see some of that hail coming into your neck of the woods here in the next handful of minutes. I don't think it's, again, we may see that cell down here around Cyril Cement come up here south side of Chickasha in the next 20, 30 minutes with some larger hail, but maybe some smaller pea-size hail coming through. So North Oklahoma City looks safe. Yep, thank you. So, hey, just to be honest with you, I usually focus on areas just to the west of I-35 and south of I-40. So if it's something big, I'll get up in Oklahoma City. But I try to focus on the area I covered when I was on television, so mainly Southwest Oklahoma. So if you go looking for stuff, and I'm wondering why I'm focusing on Altus and Lawton and Duncan so much, that's why. So just so your heads up, I do appreciate you subscribing, but thank you as always. You can never have too many weather sources, right? I think everybody's got at least 5 or 6 on their feed for the area. So if I'm just one of them, I'm thankful for that. So go back here. I'll put the velocity or the reflectivity on here again. We still have that little appendage hanging on, heading towards Lake Ellsworth. So we'll be watching out for the last little bit here until we can let these folks in Elgin, Fletcher, Apache, and Cyril sleep a little bit. Let's go to the models. Somebody is asking for Wednesday. So let's see. Go to the forecast here. Let's see what we've got. So we're going through the rest of tonight. There's your rain and storms for the morning. This gets you into Tuesday afternoon. You can see those storms all depending on where this cold front lays down. There's that new severe thunderstorm warning. Jerusha asking for, you got a severe storm coming up here in just the next handful of minutes with some maybe golf ball size hail coming through. But you can see these storms try to get going a little bit earlier. So this is around lunchtime, trying to get them going. And then coming through Lawton, Chickasha, Oklahoma City during the mid-afternoon hours. So those could be on the stronger side during that time. So that's Tuesday. And then asking for Wednesday. There is that line of storms coming through. could be pretty noisy during the morning hours. Here's 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning as that front comes through. So there could be some pretty strong storms along that front heading out the door Wednesday morning. And then kind of some wraparound moisture on the backside of the storm. Wouldn't be anything to write home about here. Some scattered showers, possibly Wednesday afternoon. So, Jacob, that would be mainly a morning deal for us here in Southwest Oklahoma with that gusty winds. The bigger severe threat is going to be east of here heading into Wednesday. So let's go back to the radar, back to that single site. That's just more of some, that data is not showing up all that well right there. So that is not all that good of rotation right here. That is just kind of some corrupt data right there. But let's go back in here and let's see. There's that hailstorm for those folks in Chickasha, just so they're aware. Core size and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So maybe not as large as I thought initially. So coming into Chickasha here as we speak, you'll start seeing that hail here just a little bit right now around Laverty and Norge, just east of Verdon. So coming up here into Chickasha here within the next handful of minutes. Yeah, this storm back here continues to string itself out. So it is not looking great. Again, this is all just kind of corrupt data in here, just not looking great. Still hanging on its current path. It's going to go, it's going a little bit more northeast, and maybe this hopefully will just get folded in and we won't have to worry about this thing anymore. Thank you, Charla. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate everybody for hopping in on here. Again, if you're in Lawton, Fort Sill, Marlow, Rush Springs, Duncan, Walters, Waurika, you can rest for tonight. Now, the rain will come through in the morning around 5 o'clock. Could be some rumbles out there, but not much in the way of severe. It'd be just more inconvenient heavy rainfall coming through. So again, rest easy here for tonight, at least until tomorrow morning. There you go. You can see we're removing a lot of the tornado watch here. So still left over here for Stevens County, although I think Stevens County could be pulled out of this too. So yeah, we're still in the tornado watch here for a little while longer. It still goes for at least till 11:30, but I think this will be coming to an end very shortly. Once this leaves, we can ditch this tornado watch. Still trying to hang on to this last little vestige of circulation. Again, I'm just trying to line up. It just is not lining up with that area of circulation. Yeah, it's not on top of it. So I'd be looking at that tail end where that lightning strike is. So it's not matching up. So that data is not coinciding where that area of circulation is. Yep. So that's not the area of rotation. So it is definitely losing this battle really quickly. I would think the next update is going to be just another severe thunderstorm warning. Lauren Lindsay, where is the circulation headed? So again, this weaker circulation now is heading more towards Ellsworth now. So I think the Elgin folks, thank you. I'll tell the boss she can go to bed. Tell her hi for me. Okay. Want to make the boss happy, right? So again, Lauren, I think this is heading more over Ellsworth and in the direction of Fletcher and Cyril, Elgin, those folks that were hanging on here. I think you can rest easy now as this heads more in the northeast direction. You can see it's kind of pulling off as these things weaken. They bend off to the left a little bit more. That would be more towards the northeast. So Jamie Hood says heading right at me. Yep, heading right in your direction, isn't it? So heading right towards the Fletcher and Cyril area. So that little last piece continues to weaken. Uh, Again, I just think a lot of the structure here is going away. I think we can start to go ahead and pull up stakes here and just take this back to the barn. I think a lot of folks, again, you're going to have some heavy rainfall here, Apache, Chickasha, maybe a flash flood warning coming out here. So me and Jamie are in Apache, just seeing if we're in the clear here. Got this little hail patch right here, Lauren, working its way through. Let's just see what we've got as far as hail goes. Maybe some little pea-size hail here, Lauren. So that area of circulation would stay to your south. It's really kind of fallen apart here. So I'd go ahead and give you the all clear there, Lauren. Elgin, you're good. Fletcher and Cyril still want to keep an eye on this. For Jerusha, so just so far heavy rainfall here in Chickasha, watching on my porch. So here is that quarter size hail, maybe slightly larger for you, Jerusha. It's going to be coming up here 15, 20 minutes down the line. So that's the next big thing. That's the strongest storm at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to go ahead and start winding this down, giving the voice a break, give the eyes a rest. We've got a normal day of work here coming up tomorrow. So got more storms get going a little bit earlier in the day tomorrow. So make sure you are aware of that. Got your plan ready to put into place. We do have storms that maybe get going as early as lunchtime. So make sure you are aware and you are keeping an eye on the storms. I have a 9 to 5 obligation. So if you're looking here for any updates during the day, you will not find it until after 5 o'clock. So make sure you have multiple ways of staying informed in case storms do get going earlier in the day, which they do look like they will. So make sure you have multiple ways. I know meteorologists here in Oklahoma are a dime a dozen. You've got a few in your feed right now. So make sure you follow at least a couple of them to get that latest information. So again, appreciate y'all for hopping in here. Glad we could keep you guys alert and safe. Still going to keep an eye on things just a little bit, but more from the phone. Just keeping a watch on stuff here. Again, just some weak circulation, but it is all kind of falling apart here. So we'll keep our eyes on it from the house. If anything is worthy of more, I will let you guys know. But as for now, I'm gonna hop off here and try and get some rest. So have a great night, folks. Rest easy. We will see you tomorrow with any more potential updates. And of course, into Wednesday morning with some more storms as well. So have a great night, folks. Stay safe.